Good Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the in-depth video forecast analysis discussion for this Wednesday, the 30th of September. And we've got a busy one, 2015. And we've had some impressive rain over the last 24 hours, especially the last 5 hours, where anywhere from 1 to 1.5 inches of rain in spots, and locally 2 inches of rain, where the heavier rain trained over the region. A lot of areas received generally on the order of 1 to locally 2 inches of rain from this event so far. Morning weather chart from weatheroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows the cold front moving in across our region to our west. Here's the area of low pressure associated with the disturbance that caused the moderate to heavy rain, now shifting all the way into New England. This will lift to the north and east as this cold front comes through the region during tonight. There'll be some lighter showers around the region for the rest of the day. It's kind of a raw day. And then this front gets stalled off the coast and we got problems coming up. Morning pass, visible satellite, lots of clouds around the region as expected. All of these are low clouds. Most of the lifting now associated with the rain that came over the last couple of hours is now lifted rapidly north and east into New England, leaving us in a little, unsettled area right now, but there's a lot more moisture to come. We're going to have a break in the precipitation. Here's the latest Doppler mosaic. Shows all the heavy rain now into southern New England. And we're going to get a little bit of a break today and tonight before the rain begins to return during tomorrow. On the watches, warnings, and advisories deck, we still have coastal concerns here for high rip currents through this evening for southerly winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour, swells 5 to 7 feet along the New Jersey, Delaware beaches here, the New York beaches as well, especially western end here. And we have small craft advisories for all the coastal waters and a gale watch in effect. The small craft advisory until 6 a.m. Thursday, gale watch now in effect from Thursday morning through Friday afternoon. Winds and seas northeast at 25 to 35 knots, gusting up to 45 knots, and seas building to 8 to 13 feet. Into the tropics we go, and this is where the forecast cone here becomes more dangerous as we enter the next couple of days. First of all, this morning as of 8 a.m., Joaquin has become a hurricane. It's located about 24.9 north, 72.2 west, about 245 miles east-northeast of the central Bahamas. Sustained winds now at hurricane force, 75 miles an hour. Present movement is to the southwest at about 6 miles per hour. Now, we do have a hurricane warning in effect now for the central Bahamas, including Cat Island, the Exumas, Long Island, Rum Cay, and San Salvador. The northwestern Bahamas, including Abacos, Berry Islands, Bimini, also Grand Bahama Island, New Providence, but excluding Andros Island. A hurricane watch is now in effect, and obviously a hurricane warning means that conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area within the next 36 hours. Right now, Joaquin is moving to the southwest at 6 miles per hour. General motion towards the west-southwest is expected to continue through tonight. It turned then to the west, and a decrease in forward speed is forecasted for Thursday. On the current forecast track, the center of Joaquin is expected to move near or over portions of the central Bahamas tonight and Thursday. Air Force reconnaissance planes indicated maximum sustained winds have increased to hurricane force. Hurricane force winds extend outward to 30 miles from the center. Tropical storm force winds up to 125 miles from the center. And of course, this current track now will get caught up with the old cold frontal boundary and an area of low pressure developing over the southeastern United States and bringing this somewhere where it gets blocked up here, and we just don't know yet if it's going to make landfall around the Tidewater area or a little bit further to the north as a hurricane. Stay tuned. We're going to skip a lot of the products that we normally do, like aviation and some of the other stuff that we do here in the mornings, because we just want to focus in on this forecast as quickly as we can. Here's the current observations right now as we move into the future. The cold front moves through. Additional light rain around the region for out today. As the cold front moves through, we have an area of low pressure across the southeast. It gets hung up along the front, and of course, what happens with Hurricane Joaquin, which is intensifying rapidly, and the models have been shifting with a general track somewhere near the Tidewater area by the weekend, and that means impacts with coastal flooding and rain around our region too. Still a lot of uncertainty with this storm. Now the cold front comes through, additional rain on Thursday. Here's where the rain begins to intensify once again as the front stalls out. Moderate to pockets to heavy rain as an area of low pressure moves along it. And north of the Tidewater out into the Atlantic, moderate to heavy periods of rain return to the forecast Thursday night and Friday. Here is Joaquin still over the Bahamas at this point, and then eventually it just gets caught up in this trough along the east coast, and well, the Weather Prediction Center is indicating that it reaches the Carolina coast and the tidewater here as a hurricane as it makes landfall here on Saturday morning. Now, this is all still spectacle. Well, it's all possible, but still, there's a lot of chances that this will be a little bit further out to sea. But most modeling does agree, including the ensembles here, that a landfall would be possible. Now, here's our trough, and here's our hurricane here, still out over the ocean. All of this really begins to affect one another as it spin wheels around. The model consensus still shows the hurricane out to sea, but the area of low pressure associated with the trough now and the occluded front here across the tidewater bring in moderate bouts of wind and rain to the tidewater area here. So a lot can change, but right now it looks like all of this will probably get back to this. Combination of all these lows, the tropical flow, and of course our hurricane here means that we're going to be inundated with periods of moderate to heavy rain and raw conditions. Could be some coastal flooding around the beaches as well. A lot of speculation still with the uncertainty in track and how all of this just comes together and congeals here along the northern mid-Atlantic coastal states here during the weekend into early next week. Unfortunately, I'm short on time this morning. Otherwise, I do a longer forecast, and we'll be back in video form during tonight. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith.